Rockford's Over Classic Rocks, 96.7 The Eagle. Double T special guests, a Rockford guy and a Illinois State guy. Brock Spack, head coach of the football team down there at Illinois State. How's it going today?
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
You're coming back to Rockford, an Illinois State University alumni event, right?
We're coming back up there and going to be in town to talk to our alums. And it's kind of an interesting format. Sean Slattery, a Boylan graduate who was our kicker here, he actually kicked the winning kick to beat Northwestern back in 2016. He's going to be the interviewer, and I'm going to be the interviewee. So he's going to interview me and ask questions, and we'll have questions from the audience. So it'll be kind of cool.
When he was playing for you, were you nice to him? Because that'll depend on how the questions are.
Most of the time, yes. Yeah, Sean was a great kid and did a great job for us here. Yeah, he was a super player and a great kid.
You guys are coming to the Prairie Street Brew House on Tuesday, July 24th from 5:30 to 7:30, which is really cool, and it's a chance for you to get back home because you're a Rockford guy.
Right. I enjoy coming back. I don't get back to town as much as I like to, but I get through town in recruiting quite a bit. I still have family still lives there. Obviously, I have a lot of friends. When I grew up at East High, they're still in the area. So it's try to go see them if I can. It's hard to, everybody's busy, particularly this time of year. But it's good to get back and talk a little bit about redbird football.
Talking to Brock Spack, the head coach of the Illinois State football team. Now, I know you had your season going on, but you get to catch up and see how well East did last year.
Yeah, I heard back in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, first time in a long time.
That's really good. Yeah, East is coach has got them going over there, and they're a lot better than they've been. So that's great. This is great to see.
And you look at the Nick 10, which is a conference that you played in back in the day, and the competition is getting really tight here in Rockford.
It is. There's a lot of good coaches. Number one is, and the facility upgrades have been tremendous in the city, and I think that's going to catch up to everybody here in the next 4 or 5 years, because the new facilities that have been built have been extraordinary, and that helps. It's part of the whole deal when you're building an athletic program, particularly in football. You got to have good facilities, and those facilities are excellent.
Talking to Brock Spack, the head coach of the Illinois State football team, and you always have some local guys down there in Normal playing football. Who do you got coming up this year?
Well, James Robinson is maybe the best player in the league. He's from Rockford Lutheran. It was a really good player. He set the state record for touchdowns in a career. I think maybe in rushing yards. He's a tremendous talent, really good player for us. He's going to his junior year. He's been a 2-year starter, and he'll be a 3-year starter now. And he's probably one of the best players in the league. And we have a linebacker from Freeport, Zeke Vandenberg. That's really going to be a good. We redshirted him last year. He will be battling for a starting position, and he'll play a lot this fall. He's a very good player, young player. Then we have a true freshman, Julian Haney from Rockford Guilford, who I think is going to be a really good player as well. So got 3 really good young players in the program.
What's the team looking like for this year?
Good. I think this team's worked really hard in the off season. They've held themselves to a high standard in everything they've done, and this summer has been no different. So I see this team getting better and better, and we have I think a very good team. This team's going to be good for a while too. We're pretty young in certain spots, but we do have some experience, particularly in our offensive line, which I really like, in our quarterback. So I think that we're old in the right places, and we have a lot of youth that'll give us a lot of enthusiasm. So I think we have a good team.
The program has improved through the years. Of course, then the schedule gets a little bit harder. Other teams want to play you. Who are you looking at this year?
Actually, they don't want to play. That's been the hard part. is finding non-conference games. In our conference, the Missouri Valley is really, really good. I spent 22 years of my life in the Big Ten as a player and coach, and obviously a great league. But from top to bottom, this league is the best I've ever been in. You can win every game and lose every game. It's just it's that difficult. Every Saturday you have to be ready to play. So it's been difficult. Once we went to the national championship game, to find non-conference games, and we played Northwestern a couple of years ago and beat them. And we have Colorado State this year. We always play Eastern Illinois. It's a rival of ours here. They're not in our league, but they're a rival. We're going to play Wisconsin, I think, in 22. So and I know there's something going on with Iowa, maybe even Illinois. I don't know what's there's some talks about us playing them. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to play Big Ten teams maybe once every other year or once a year. So that's where it's at.
They're afraid of you, Coach.
Maybe. I don't know. I was on the other end of that in the other locker room, and that's not. Those games aren't a lot of fun. I can tell you that. You got to win them if you're a Big Ten school, and there's enough talent going around now, and this league we are in is difficult, and ourselves, North Dakota State, and Northern Iowa have won our share of games against Group of 5 and Power 5 teams.
Talking to Brock Spack, the head coach of the Illinois State Redbird football team. You're coming to town to Prairie Street Brew House Tuesday, July 24th, 5:30 to 7:30. It's an alumni event. Back the Stash, a night with Coach Spack. What is it about people in Illinois that were obsessed with coaches' mustaches?
I don't get it either. Yeah, I don't get it. I've been away for a while, and when I was in Indiana, it wasn't that big a deal. The players always made a big deal. I would have a side bet in every game about, they can take the stash off if they reach certain goals in the game, and they got a kick out of that. But boy, these people here at Illinois State get a real kick out of my mustache. I don't quite get it. I wear it to cover up all the imperfections. But yeah, some about Illinois folks and that love mustaches. So
yeah, Coach Ditka, you got Coach Quinville with the Blackhawks, and everybody loves the mustaches.
Yeah, I guess Coach Madden with the Cubs, I think, has a beard and mustache, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. Hey, it's a good look for you, though.
It's the only look because you wouldn't like the other option. I can tell you that.
When you get back to Rockford, I know you won't have a lot of time, but is there anything you like to do or check out when you come back to town?
I like to go see family, obviously, and friends if I can. I don't get to see my East High friends very often, and if I get a chance to do that, I'd love to do that. And this is an opportunity for them to come see me. So I'll be in and out on the 24th, but I'd love to see all the folks. It's been awesome. I had a great childhood there, and growing up where I grew up and going to East High was a great experience and launched my playing career and coaching career. So I love my time there.
Next time I go there, I'm going to have to look for your picture up on the wall.
Where? East?
In the East, yeah. You got it up there?
It's up on the wall. I don't know. It used to be there. I don't know if it's still there anymore. So
I think they kept it up for you, Coach.
Do you? I don't know. We'll see. I haven't been in a while. But
thank you so much for taking the time. Coach Brock Spack from Illinois State University coming to town, Prairie Street Brew House on Tuesday, July 24th, 5:30 to 7:30. And Sean Slattery, former kicker for the Redbirds, former Boylan grad, going to be joining you. It's going to be a great night of local Redbird football.
Hey, Double T, thanks for having me on. Can I make a request?
Of course, anytime.
How about a little Ramble On from Led Zeppelin?
Oh, I love it. Great one. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
It's Rockford's home for Classic Rock, 96.7 The Eagle.